Coach, if you just want to start with a little statement about what you're excited for coming up this month.
Yeah, excited for the season to be here. The spring season is very different than the fall. There's a lot of different individual goals that go through development plans and practice plans in the fall, and guys have a pathway to make the NCAA individual tournament, and guys are 4 guys here to tournament, 4 guys there. And but in the spring, it's always about the team. It's always about the front of the jersey and the front of the shirt. So, and that makes things a lot easier, I think, for everyone involved to be super excited, super pumped. We come out the gate playing SMU. We've gone 1-1 with them the last 2 years. The home team's won, so we got to go on the road and play a little better to pick up a win. And then we play Baylor, and they're a top 15 team, a national championship program. Haven't played them in the regular season for a long time. Last time we played was when we hosted the national team indoors. And so super pumped for this group. We have 9 returners, no new freshmen. All 9 guys that were here last year are back on the team this year. All 9 guys are healthy. Knock around everybody. We've had a lot of injuries the last few years. And that's going to make our job really hard to see who we decide to put into play. But all 9 guys are capable. We're playing a little preseason inter-squad tournament right now, and there's a very, very close match. There's a lot of tension, but they know it's going to only help them in the long run. So super excited to get this thing going already.
Open up to questions here.
I imagine you'll take that issue of having decisions to make versus not being able to fill out a roster, right? How much different is it to have just a competitive group of guys pushing each other versus a scramble to see who can get in there?
Yeah, it is the best problem a coach could ever have. It makes practices more competitive. I think all the guys know that if they have a bad day, they're not just affecting themselves, they're affecting their teammates. And so when you have 9 guys competing, everyone wants to win. You should want to win. It's okay to be frustrated if you lose to your teammate, but it's kind of iron sharpening iron. If you have only 4 guys or 6 guys, they know they can kind of cruise. It's not that they're choosing to relax, but there's no one behind them pushing them. And everyone has a role. We're going to need everyone. Someone's going to be sick. Someone's going to get hurt. Someone's going to have something come up. But iron sharpens iron. And when we have 9 guys playing the way that we are capable of playing, every day we get a ton better. So it's a nice change. We have no new freshmen. We kind of have a new player that didn't play last year, was a freshman in Ferdy Klosters, and he's playing fantastic tennis. I think he's going to make a huge impact to our lineup. So we're kind of adding a player without adding all the freshman challenges that guys have. So yeah, it's a fantastic problem. I'll take it every day.
I wonder if you can maybe get into the group that you have and who's through the fall, which I know is spread out everywhere, but who's maybe surprised you or maybe could be a surprise as you get into the team part of it?
Yeah, I think one of our returning sophomores, Patrick Massaro, he's had a fantastic sophomore season. I'm not surprised because he ended the season playing great tennis. He finished the year number 2 for us as a freshman. He made the all Big Ten freshman team, one of 6 players in the entire league to make it. So we were expecting him to do it, but then when expectations are there, sometimes you kind of crumble or you're not ready for that. And he's 60 in the country right now after his fall season. So, it's been a great boost for him. And then also I think he's making everyone else better. He's challenging Michael Manassian. He's playing, as good as him for the top spot. And then, Ferdy Klosters is playing great as well. Hasn't seen a dual match yet, but he had a great fall. And then Mike Manassian, he's just comes every day ready to work. He has been so consistent for the last few years. But we maybe are taking him a little bit for granted because I don't know if he's ever missed a day of practice in 3.5 years, maybe once because he's sick, and he just is always bringing amazing effort. So, but Patrick has probably stood out. I'm excited to see what Ferdy can do. But we're, those top guys are And Eddie Aubert had a fantastic freshman year playing, end of the year playing 3 singles for us. So hopefully all those guys can bring that same level.
Do you like the fact that, first weekend you're going to see what it's all about, what teams that are going to be challenging for NCAA spots are looking like, and how you can, kind of stack up there?
Yeah, these are all strategic decisions to play these non-conference teams. Sometimes there's some give and take on when you play them, but we knew we wanted to play some really good NCAA level teams, and then Baylor is such a great opportunity for us to go and measure ourselves against the best in the country. We'll probably play some different combinations this weekend to give different guys some looks, but it is a great measuring stick. There's only positives can come from that weekend. You either know, all right, if you have a great weekend, you believe in yourself where you belong right now, and if we take a couple close losses, or if it's a large loss, you know what you need to work on, and then you can go from there, because that level is what we're going to see in the Big Ten, and so it also keeps guys maybe honest over winter break, that they not need to come back really sharp. And tennis has a funky schedule. We stop working with them on December 4th, and then it's kind of on their own until we start up on January 3rd. So you work really hard for a few months, and then you're off for a few weeks with finals, and then it's guys we don't have a lot of time. So they all came back really ready to go. I was really impressed with their fitness. They were all really sharp, and it's been a good week and a half of practice so far.
Over here to Jim.
Danny, in this day and age of college athletics, roster stability is almost impossible. How are you surprised that you basically came back with the same roster 2 years in a row?
This place is special. Obviously I'm maybe a little bit impartial to it, but I think they know how special this place is. On the court and off the court and academically, it's they all live together. They all work hard together. I don't expect this to happen every year. I understand the world we live in, but our guys are fantastic students. They had the highest team GPA ever of our program this past semester. They're taking full advantage of the opportunities given, and hopefully I'm not screwing it up. So, and they maybe I push them enough not to push them away. So, but it's I think it's a testament to this entire program, this entire athletic department, from sports medicine to our nutritionists to our supervisors. They feel respected, they feel wanted, and it's a great place to be a student athlete. So yes, a little bit surprised. You never know, but I'm really pleased. That means we're doing a lot right if all 9 guys from last year are coming back, because for sure they probably could have gone to other places too and maybe started over, but it's out there. People do make moves, and it is what it is. But it felt really good at the end of last season, even though we didn't maybe have the best season. That they all came back thinking we need to do more, and let's do it together.
Back here to Carl.
Coach, you mentioned Michael and his leadership and professionalism. As far as his play, looking at his run in Big Tens this fall, do you feel like he's made a jump, and do you think that'll show itself this spring?
Yeah, I think he's definitely made a jump. These little incremental changes can make massive improvements. When you play a match, I think Roger Federer or Nadal, these stats, these guys are the best of all time, and they won career percentage 53% of their total points played. So the margins are minimal. You could be the best of all time winning literally just over half the points you can play. So these incremental changes are massive, and getting those wins at the Big Ten tournaments for Mikey, he won a lot of close matches, a lot of super tiebreakers. It just builds your confidence. He's got a great stat. He's beaten an NCAA singles champion who played one for Alabama. He's beaten the SMU's #1 who lost in the finals of the NCAA individual championships this past fall. Mike is 2-0 against those guys. So there's not many guys that could say I've beaten an NCAA champion and an NCAA finalist. So that's how close college tennis is, and probably all of college athletics, right? So for him to get some of these close wins, under pressure, he's ready to hit a big serve. He's ready to hit a big forehand when the pressure's there, and when it's time to go for it, he'll be ready to go for it.
Sweet. Anything else here? Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.